of the tight gateway of Montmartre to the formidable greatness of the Arc de Triomphe and the penalty art on screen in the Jalousie, Paris has a repute for beautiful and civilization. He's fair embarrassment on the diesel engine vapor, often so heavy you can flavor them. The town is overcrowded, its boulevards are too frequently hammered in traffic, and its air is ill-contaminated. Down there are times while its monuments are hard to see via the mist. The mayoress of Paris, Anne Hidalgo, has done dealing contamination a centerpiece of her socialistic authority. Her policy involves phase out older vehicles and receive rid of diesels, offer lavish subsidies for some forms of transportation. The politics is not everywhere famous. It many faces opposition of motorists groups and though provincial political community. But as cities through Europe fight in such contamination problems, it could yet ensure a pattern for other to pursue. For the lowest periods, the authorities include experimented in disaster measures, prohibiting 1 in each 2 cars of incoming the town and decrease rate framework, for sample. Newly, a more than exquisite schema, named as critical air, has been entered. Cars are now confidential onto their emissions and constrained to screen color stickers. The allows the authorities to question aim bans versus the largest contaminating vehicles. Some France cities, consisting Grenoble, Lyon, Strasbourg, and Toulouse, include united in. But he's the length-term policy that is perhaps more than considerable. Move by move, the town is hard to rid himself of gasoline and diesel engine cars, and convince human beings to use some types of transportation. So far it has prohibited all usual cars constructed up 1997 of incoming the town center on weekdays among 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Diesels recorded up to 2001 are as well forbidden. Drivers violating the bans person hard fines. Following year, the restrictions will be widened to involve before 2005 diesels. The interdiction will later go on in stages. Diesels are due to be outlawed generally in 2024, and gasoline cars in 2030. It is a more than violent policy rather than how prosecuted by London, that has so far stopped brief of in fact prohibiting older and dirtier cars, in favor of charge them additional to come the town centre. Paris is as well constantly compressing the sum of area accessible to cars by house-wide bus lanes and loop tracks. A couple mile, 3 kilometer, extent of which utilized to be a main transportation arterial on the inland Seine was close to traffic in 2016 on a test base, and remnant away limits. But in the big here has go a significant carrot. Over the year, the town justice stretched an already generous pack of subsidies designed at hopeful human beings to select some forms of transportation. Individuals can now complain benefits cost up to €600, £522, to assist them buy a bicycle, receive a social transportation undergo, or accede a car dividing schema, but just if they accept to piece their cars or motorbikes. Little business community can complain up to €9,000 to the price of an electrical lorry or coach. Down there are as well significant grants to assist cab drivers buy ecologically friendly vehicles, and to subsidize the install of electrical charge points. The man controlling all of the is Vice Mayoress Jean-Louis Misika. Meeting in his rich, timber-paneled office space in the town room, he explains why he is lucky to get dramatic activity. We are in a position of disaster, the change to pure portability and the decrease of the quantity of cars is really immediate. We requirement to do thing, it is a issue of social public health. Mr. Misika believes his policy will as well gain the Parisian woman economics, since he thinks a reducing in traffic and contamination will do the town more than appealing to business community, that might differently go in another place. The town has, yet, incurred one main failure. Its Exhibit V-Lib loop rental schema, that has been copied by cities about the planet with its start in 2007, has run in anxiety. But not everyone agrees in the interdiction on cars. Julien Constanti is a attorney operating on name of a motorists team, the Fédération Française des Automobilistes Citoyens. Drive about the overcrowded gateway in his own vehicle, a huge 1979 Chevrolet of the type one day preferred by U.S. police force, he tells me the politics discriminates versus human beings who cannot provide to substitute their old cars. I ask him if he thinks Paris has proclaimed war on the car owner. Affirmative, and he's not fair the town of Paris, he replies. He's as well on a country standard, and perhaps on a Europe standard. He's love, you include to buy cars to do the economics job, but don't use them. It is real how some Europe cities include shown a noted passion for receive rid of cars. Oslo and Madrid, for sample, are both of planner to do center areas away limits to engine vehicles during the following few year. Hamburg is as well take activity to get rid of older vehicles. As cities through the mainland fight to encounter EU air quality assurance standards, the probability is lot more than will enter such restrictions. So residents, commuters, and business community in city areas through Europe may quickly include to find out new ways to get about.